Hello and welcome back to BloomCraft. You'll notice I'm in a different skin today. That is because I'm changing skins for the rest of the season. The purple sweater is still kind of my normal generic skin, but I've finally figured out what I want to do for this season. Yes, it's taken me nearly the entire season to figure out what kind of style I'm going for. I mean, you got the nature over there, you got my factories here, whatever this is going to be, I still haven't fully decided. And the village over here, but I have finally decided that I'm gonna go with a kind of industrial factory style across my entire base. So that's what we have. We have like the rich man, industrial, old, like early 20th century, like early 1900s kind of businessman style. I think that's what we're gonna go with. And I'm actually really excited to start working on the different factories that we have. My storage system is going to be a factory that'll be coming probably in the new year. And today's build is also a factory style building, which is going to be really cool. And we're going to get started on that in just a minute. But before that, I do have to show you a couple things. The first of which is these chests right here. Now, between episodes, I got kind of bored and yeah, I cleared out an entire, what do you call it? Trial chamber. So yeah, now there's a trial chamber that's completely cleared out. It's actually right over here. But if we look over here, I'll just free cam it so it's a little bit easier to see. We have taken out, oh, I guess I haven't gotten all of it. I thought I got all of it, but there's a lot of copper that's no longer here. Like, it's completely dark in the majority of this, but we cleared out most of the copper, which was a lot of shulker boxes, but there's clearly, oh, I forgot about the top of this room. I'll have to go in there and clear it out in a little bit. Probably not today, but we'll get to it at some point. The other thing I did between episodes was this. So this is kind of the entrance to my base. As this is, I've had this kind of plan for a while that I needed to have some entrance to the base, which you could see via the road. And I'm finally getting around to it, and we're doing it in the form of a wool farm, which we created mainly for Donoroff to use as candy canes in the Christmas village, which we're gonna go look at really quickly. And here we are at the Christmas village, and obviously back here there's the kind of cultivated candy cane forest, but our candy cane forest is gonna be way back here. Now I've delivered these 3 shulker boxes here full of wool, like a lot of wool, so that they, what's his name? So that Donoroff and anyone else who's building candy canes can go ahead and build a bunch of them. This is going to be kind of like this is like an undomesticated forest of them. I mean, you got like this chaotic one, that's just a pillar. There's one that's kind of normal, a shorter one, larger one, and all that kind of nonsense. Whereas of course, over here, these are all pretty much exactly the same, which is sort of the idea. Now, of course, this is the Christmas village. I'm not going to go into too much detail into it today because in the tour video, which is coming out December 25th, you should go watch it. It'll be on my channel. It'll be like an hour or two long. So like after you're done opening presents, you can come and watch my tour video of the entire server. But I'm going to go through the entirety of the server, including the Christmas village, the shopping district, and everyone's bases. So tune into that next week as we go over the entire server so far. It's been like 4 months, almost. Or I guess by that time it'll be about 4 months since the server started, and I'm very excited to show everyone all the progress that everyone's made, because everyone has made quite a bit of progress. And there's my house. I already showed it in a previous episode. Now, before we start building, I need to collect a couple of materials. However, I actually already have the majority of them, so it's going to make this a whole lot easier. But anyways, let's jump right into the time lapse and build the entrance gate to my base. I'm really excited for this. Let's get right into it. And there we go. The entry gate is finished. It is, well, I guess probably not finished because there's a very large building up here that's completely empty with a spider in it. This will house a farm of some kind. I haven't decided which yet, but it'll hold a farm. The rest of it, where the actual wool farm is, looks good. I'm really happy with the way I did the lights, which is the copper bulbs, the fully not oxidized or weathered ones, as well as a bit of terracotta in there. And I just think that this interior looks really good. Now, the other part is this, the roadway. So the roadway, this is what I want to be doing for the majority of the roads throughout my base. Ignoring that, let's sleep real quick. Now, the majority of the roads are this kind of, oh, I'm glitching. There we go. The majority of the roads are this kind of mud brick, or just regular mud and mushrooms. Oh, I broke it. That's not good. That's okay. We're getting rid of that anyways. But it's just brown mushroom and mud blocks. But I want to transition into this more mud, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, terracotta, what is this? Brown concrete powder, and dripstone. Now there are still some of this, but I might be removing this. I don't know yet. But this is what I want the roads to be that are going through my base. So this is going to get quickly. We're going to quickly change this here in a second because it looks alright, but the problem is it's very simple and it doesn't have a lot of great texture to it. Whereas the road over here looks so much better and has a ton more texture. A little bits of orange with this and the rooted dirt, like all those different color pops. I really like it. So what we're gonna do next is basically take this color palette and move it all over here. And then at some point, I don't know if we're gonna do it today or not, but we're gonna continue the road out this way, but it's going to transition from this dark brown tone to a desert sand tone out here as we get into the other part of the town. Now, the other thing we need to do, not today, but at some point, is walls. So this, again, as I said, is the entrance to the city. Now, not a great entrance if there's no walls to keep people out. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna be building some walls on this part, this little bit wider bit, that are gonna stretch around my base, at least to about there for now. And then obviously to here. That way we kind of have a barrier. Now behind the barrier, we're gonna have a nice lush paradise. And on the other side, the outside of the wall, it's gonna be more of a desert landscape. You know, dead, sandy, all that fun stuff. In the meantime, let's get started on renovating the road. So that took a lot longer than I thought, mainly because I restarted twice. I didn't like what I saw with like this design, because this is sort of just randomly and sporadically placed, and I didn't really like how that looked out here. So then I went ahead and changed it. I ripped the whole thing out, as you saw. And then after that, I removed dripstone and terracotta, as they just didn't really fit with this gradient. So we go from brown concrete powder to coarse dirt to rooted dirt to packed mud. And I think that looks a lot better. So if we look from the air, it actually looks a lot like a pathway. So you have this like highly traveled, darker section of the road, which again, there's still some touch-ups I could work with here. But the darker section where the brown concrete powder is like your highly traveled section, and then it kind of bleeds out into this packed mud area. And I really like how this turned out. It turned out a lot better than I thought. Oh, I don't like that at all. Hang on. All right, that's a lot better. So this is kind of the road design I want to go with. It's a lot more intentionally placed down, and I really like that. Now I'm gonna obviously come through and change up this one, this part of the road into this design, because this design just looks way better than this. And I'm really happy with this. So we're gonna go ahead and switch out this. I'll do that off camera. We don't have to worry about another time lapse. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and switch that out because this looks way better. And there we go. The inside is now redone and it looks so much better. Oh my gosh, this was such a needed change from what was in here before. I'm so much happier with this now. But yes, this is the new road design. It looks awesome. It's better than the original design, which is still over here, which is just the bricks. And it's better than the design I had initially, which was just kind of chaotic. So this is a lot more uniform, it makes more sense, and it's just overall way better. So that is our brand new roads. Now, before we go any further, I just wanted to say that I have a new partnership with Vexel Hosting. They're like a new hosting website for Minecraft servers and whatnot, you know, similar to Modrinth and whatnot. And they're brand new, they have top of the line tech and all this great stuff. Go check them out today with the link in my description. Vexel Hosting, thank you for being a partnership with me. I appreciate it. And now, back to the episode. Now, to finish up today's episode, we're gonna do a little bit of the desert road of the desert road in the desert. That just on the other side of the entrance. Yes, that. And this is pretty much the color palette that we're gonna go with. So you have sandstone stairs upside down, which gives you this cool sort of cobblestone texture, or the side texture of sandstone. But you can't get that with regular sandstone because it's just flat like this. Smooth sandstone, mushroom. Red mushroom blocks, except with the fun texture here, so it's gonna look funky. Birch logs birch planks, and then birch wood. I think this is what that's called because it's not like a log. That's our color palette. Now I do need to go get quite a bit of mushroom blocks, so we're gonna go to the shopping district real quick and get a whole bunch. So I'm gonna go do that. But the next thing you're gonna see is me working on the road. At least the first part of our desert road is done, and I really like it. So this first part here, we can go to free cam. This first part was done in more of just a random pattern, just to see how it looks, and it doesn't look bad. But the second part here was done with the mushroom blocks being kind of the core, because it's kind of the darkest block in this palette, and then going to the stripped birch wood, birch planks, upside down sandstones, yes, oh my gosh, English is hard. Upside down sandstone stairs, and then the smooth sandstone to kind of give it a bit of a gradient outwards, very similar to the way we did this one. So it just looks like a nice desert path as it's been traveled out into the desert. Now, as we follow this nice pathway that we have, first off, I'm really enjoying having pathways in my world. That's something I've always enjoyed making. Now, I stopped it here because I would need to think about a couple things for the rest of this road. Either I can kind of bring it along here, cross this, and basically just fill this in and go this way. Or I can come to this point here and build a small bridge over to here and build something like the lighthouse right there. So then you have a second lighthouse on this side of the rock. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the bridge is right here because I haven't built a bridge in a while and I kind of want to build another one. So right quick, let's finish up the road, pulling it out to here and build the bridge. Actually, we're probably gonna build the bridge first and then connect the road to it just so it looks a little bit better. So yes, back into another time lapse. Like and subscribe. Yeah, comment if you like this, I guess. All right, let's time lapse time. The bridge is done, and I really like it. This is a really cool bridge. It's one of the most detailed bridges I've ever. It's probably the most detailed bridge I've ever built. If we take a look from the side, look at that thing. Oh, it looks so good. I might pull the sand back a little bit here so you can actually see that it's in the water. But from this angle, oh, that looks fantastic. Now we haven't connected it to the rest of the road yet, so that is what I am going to do here in a second. I am really happy with this bridge and I need to go sleep now. This, you may be confused because at the beginning of the video I said I finally found what I'm going to be doing this season. And yes, the factories is what I'm doing this season. However, there's another part of my base that I've always wanted to do and I'm still going to do, and that is the desert part. So the desert part is gonna be more of like, think of like a slum town. Like it's not the most wealthy area, but it's still there. So that is kind of what this sandy bit is. So the reason that there's the wall is because the rich people and the factories are inside the wall. And on the outside here in the desert is where the slums are. So we have the bridge right now, which is gonna be like the main kind of entrance. This part is gonna be kind of just packed with houses whenever I get to that, which could be pretty soon, but we're gonna see whenever I get to the houses. But the whole area over here is gonna be kind of like a desert themed, kind of like another part of my base. My base is shaping up to be absolutely ridiculous for how large it is, but it's cool. It's really cool. Pathways are amazing, and I wanted to build a really sprawling base with a desert section and the factory section in the swamp, which is really cool. So really quickly, let's go ahead and finish up the road connecting it to the bridge. This shouldn't take very long. But anyways, let's get right into it. The roadway is finished to the bridge, at least. So this is what we have so far. The bridge. So we go from the bridge, and then we can go from the bridge all the way to the front gate. Now, I did change up this part of the road a little bit, as you probably saw in the time lapse. In this part of the road, I really kind of focused on keeping the very light sandstone out of the middle. So, I mean, you can see it a little bit like right there and right there. Like I really focused on keeping that out of the middle to kind of keep this much darker tone on it, and then blend it out with the upside down sandstone stairs and the smooth sandstone. And so that simply just allows for a much better transition into the desert. And I mean, it's pretty obvious where the road is, but it isn't like as jarring as it could be, like it could be with this style of road. So this is the in town in Evershore. So this is Evershore, and then outside of Evershore, the roadways will be this really fun gradient or palette or whatever we're gonna call it. But that is the roadway. I am really happy with it. It looks really good. It adds a lot to this part of the base, and yeah, roadman. That's what I'm kind of being right now. I'm building a lot of roads this episode. I do apologize because roadways are not the most interesting building, but they are to me. I always think they're fun. They're really fun. Now, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I always appreciate when you guys watch, but I just wanted to say it. You guys are awesome. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I will see you in the next one, where we will probably not be building in the desert. Although we might. I don't know yet. I gotta decide. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.